Good evening. The time is always right to do what is right. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Stability and unity crucial to growth, His Majesty said. Manama Dialogue important forum for discussing issues related to promoting peace, Shura Council stated. Memorandum of Understanding signed to link the Be Aware Bahrain and Saudi Tawakkalana apps. El Salvador plans first Bitcoin city backed by Bitcoin bonds. Delays and long queues at Delhi airport due to new mandatory screening.
News in detail. Stability and unity crucial to growth. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa yesterday affirmed the firm commitment of Bahrain to peace, dialogue and coexistence, stressing unity as a source of strength for all stakeholders in the region and abroad. Bahrain is committed to opening communication channels to settle any stalled issues. His Majesty said this as he received at Zakir Palace senior participants in the 17th Manama Dialogue organized by the International Institute for Strategic Studies in cooperation with Bahrain's Foreign Ministry. Welcoming the participants, His Majesty the King hailed Manama Dialogue as a key regional platform to exchange viewpoints and visions on consolidating regional security. His Majesty also expressed pride in Bahrain's success in overcoming the pandemic during the worst surges, lauding the National Medical Task Force for combating COVID-19, led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. Manama Dialogue important forum for discussing issues related to promoting peace, Shura Council stated. The Shura Council has praised the Manama Dialogue as an important forum for interaction and dialogues over issues related to spreading peace and achieving security and stability regionally and internationally. The Manama Dialogue brings together more than 300 policy and decision makers from 40 countries across the globe for 3 days of panel discussions and bilateral and multilateral meetings. Bahrain will back efforts to maintain stability. His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander and Prime Minister confirmed Bahrain's continued support to the US in its efforts to further maintain regional and international stability. His Royal Highness Prince Salman made the assurances as he met the US Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. Austin and the accompanying delegation at the 2021 Manama Dialogue. His Royal Highness outlined the strength of long-standing Bahrain-US relations as he welcomed Defense Secretary Austin and the accompanying delegation to Bahrain. Diplomacy key to effective deterrence. Bahrain Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani called on world nations to be creative in using diplomacy and data analysis in the post-COVID era as a tool for deterrence against aggression. Doing so will produce a win-win outcome for the Middle East by making it safer and prosperous for its people, said Minister Al Zayani as he addressed the third plenary session of the Manama Dialogue on its second day of action. Traffic authorities in Bahrain have opened a new technical examination center for motorcycles in Tubli. The Design Edge Center is the 6th such center run by the private sector in the kingdom. It can serve more than 23,000 motorcycles, the General Directorate of Traffic said. Memorandum of Understanding signed to link the Be Aware Bahrain and Tawakkalana Saudi apps. Information and Government Authority Chief Executive Mohammed Al Qaid led a Bahrain delegation to the Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority in Riyadh on the sidelines of a Memorandum of Understanding signed to link the Be Aware Bahrain and Tawakkalana apps with each other. The delegation was given a detailed overview on Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority's most important projects and achievements, including the Tawakkalana app and future plans. Real estate has positive role in strengthening national economy. Deputy Prime Minister and Chairman of the Ministerial Committee for Development and Infrastructure Projects, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa said that Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the follow-up of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, accords special importance to the real estate sector. Such attention enables to continue to play its positive role in strengthening the national economy, raising its contribution to the gross domestic product and attracting more for investors and visitors to the kingdom, he said. UN Habitat's Executive Board reviews Bahrain's second voluntary report. The Executive Board of the United Nations Human Settlements Program has reviewed the second voluntary report of the Kingdom of Bahrain, submitted to it by Housing Minister Basim bin Yaqub Al Hammer. The report, themed Progress Made in Implementing the New Urban Agenda, included a statement by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. His Royal Highness Crown Prince and the Minister, and asserted that the Kingdom of Bahrain has been the land of glory and civilization since ancient times. It carries an authentic legacy that we proudly inherited, and we continue to consolidate it to create the best. Completion of the second phase of the Sheikh Salman Street Development and Cultivation Project announced. Southern Region Municipality Director General Asim Abdul Latif Abdullah announced completion of the second phase of the Sheikh Salman Street Development and Cultivation Project in Zayed City. The municipality planted more than 1,770 trees, shrubs and natural grass in 1,400 square meters of area. The first phase of the project included the creation of an irrigation network controlled using smartphones. This network connected to the Hura Ali station for remote operation via the Wi-Fi network, saves time, effort and costs. The facility enhances the speed of responses to emergency operations such as water leaks and other issues. ATP Tennis Challenger kicks off in Bahrain. World-class players from around the world started their battle for glory today when the Ministry of Interior ATP Tennis Challenger gets underway at the Public Securities Officers Club in Gudaibiya. More than 90 entrants from 27 countries are confirmed to compete in this 10-day tournament, organized by the Ministry of Interior's Public Security Sports Federation and under the patronage of His Excellency Lieutenant General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, Minister of Interior. Organized in Bahrain for the second time, this prestigious event is the largest tennis sporting event hosted by Bahrain. It kicked off today with 12 singles and doubles qualifying round matches, where only 4 players will book their berths in the 80-player final rounds. World-famous martial arts group Cookie One set to dazzle viewers in live demonstration. In collaboration with Bahrain Olympic Committee and the Bahrain Combat Sports Council, Jal Sports Authority and Bahrain Taekwondo Federation, the Korean Embassy in Bahrain is organizing its final celebratory program for the 45th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic ties between Korea and Bahrain. As a part of their world tour, and for the first time in Bahrain, the Cookie One demonstration team is set to perform for 2 days, 25 to 26 November, in the Bahrain Table Tennis Association Hall B in Isa Sports City. Its unique demonstration of martial arts techniques such as jumps and flips and famously agile tricks earned the team global recognition for its participation in the famous contest show America's Got Talent. Horse of a lifetime, Lord Glitters delivers fairy tale result in Bahrain, shouldering a 3-pound penalty for winning a Group 1 in Dubai. The 8-year-old grey Lord Glitters produced a remarkable performance to claim a thrilling renewal of the 2021 Group 3 Bahrain International Trophy. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Delays and long queues in Delhi airport due to new mandatory screening. The new mandate for international arrivals at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi has left the passengers feeling harassed by standing in long queues for hours during the extra checking for baggage at the exit of the terminal gates. A major complaint has been filed by international travelers to airport customs and on social media that there is an urgent need for hassle-free exit for customs, and it is expected that airport customs will come up with a new barrier where passengers do not feel harassed. We will be back after a short break.
piece of jewelry tells a story. Its raw beauty speaks of its natural origins. The brilliant design speaks of unparalleled craftsmanship. Its elegance evokes the passion and energy of those who wear it. At Al Siraj Jewelry, our story, our pride.
Welcome back. UAE introduced a special standard for bullion. The UAE has created its own standard for good delivery in the global trade, which constitutes a qualitative leap in the sector. The standard adopted in Dubai will be circulated in the Emirates. The standard would require refiners to properly scrutinize suppliers and prove to outside auditors they have done so. In the UAE, there are 28 gold smelters, while the state's trade in gold and diamonds amounted to dirhams 365 billion in 2020, making up a quarter of its non-oil trade. Saudi Arabia's projects achieved largest share in the NASA Apps Challenge. Saudi Arabia's projects have achieved the largest share of the nominated projects in the NASA International Space Apps Challenge. The Saudi teams have reached the final nominations on 23rd of last October under the patronage of and supervision of the Saudi Space Authority through their participation in the Space Apps Challenge. The kingdom achieved first in the honor list of the top 20 projects participating in the NASA International Challenge in the Middle East and North Africa region. Venezuela claims Guinness World Record for largest orchestra. Venezuela's National System of Youth and Children's Orchestras, known as El Sistema, has set a new Guinness record for the world's largest orchestra with 8,573 musicians playing together. The country's government said on Saturday. A week ago, more than 12,000 musicians played a classical piece together for more than 5 minutes as they sought to beat a Russian record that was set 2 years ago. El Salvador plans first Bitcoin city backed by Bitcoin bonds. El Salvador plans to build the world's famous first Bitcoin city, which will be funded initially by Bitcoin bonds, President said on Saturday, doubling down on the Central American country's bet on the cryptocurrency. Speaking at an event to mark the close of a week to promote Bitcoin in El Salvador, President said the city planned in the east of the country would get its energy supply from a volcano and would not levy any taxes except for value-added tax. Blinken promises Senegal support for vaccine production facility. Washington plans to promote vaccine production in Africa, and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken pledged financial support for the Madiba project, a vaccine factory in the Senegalese capital Dakar, on Saturday. The project could help the fight against pandemics in other African states, said Blinken. Flood hit Canada province braces for heavy rain. 3 bodies found. Searchers located 3 bodies swept away by landslides in British Columbia, officials said on Saturday, after record rainfall that paralyzed parts of the province, leading to food and fuel shortages. Canada's westernmost province declared a state of emergency after a phenomenon known as the atmospheric river brought a month's worth of rain in 2 days. The rainfall washed out roads and railways, cutting off Vancouver and lower mainland region from the rest of the country and blocking access to some towns entirely. Another similar weather system is forecast to hit northern British Columbia on Sunday and bring heavy rains to the lower mainland, according to Environment Canada, Reuters reported. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.